Welcome back. Monday lunchtime on ENCA and also ETV. Let's switch our attention now from education to aviation. Business rescue practitioners at SAA have reportedly asked creditors to delay the publication of a rescue plan for the cash-strapped airline until next week after trade unions objected to the plan being published today. So where does this leave the process right now? Let's start our coverage with business rescue expert George Nell. He's an attorney specializing in business rescue liquidations and turnarounds. George Nell, good afternoon to you. So we have this request then from the three unions for more time. It's becoming increasingly difficult for all parties in this process, I imagine. What's the next step going forward then for the business rescue practitioners?
Well, the business rescue practitioners should publish a plan timeously, and usually that is 25 days after their appointment. Now we're plus minus 6 months after their appointment, being this 6th of December 2019, and there should be a plan on the table so that that plan can be discussed. At the meeting of creditors coming after the plan's publication, they call it the second meeting of creditors, they can debate the plan, and you can even propose changes to the plan as a creditor or interested party like the union.
I imagine the creditors at this point are becoming increasingly frustrated. Do they have any other recourse?
Well, they've got state guarantees. So, yes, I think they are getting a bit annoyed with the process, but the state guarantees are out there. And the longer the process takes, the more the state guarantee will pay out in the end of the day. And I think government should be a bit more worried about that because they gave the state guarantees.
I'm certainly not asking you to talk for the unions, but the delay is because of a request from three of them for more time to submit feedback on the draft rescue plan. How much more feedback do you think they need?
Well, usually you have 10 days after the publication of the proper publication of the plan. This was just a plan that was leaked to the media, and actually it's now been called the plan. But there is no proper business rescue plan being published as yet. So after 10 days, you must convene your second meeting for creditors, and then that meeting can be postponed from time to time to alter the plan if you like, by creditors, unions, and shareholders.
So, George Nell, in the next couple of days, what is the next step then? How do you see this playing out?
Well, I think they will publish the plan next week, Monday. I don't know what the date is then. And then the official plan will be in the public domain, not really in the public domain because it must only be published to the creditors, shareholders, and the unions. But this is a public matter and it's of national interest. So we will all see what the plan is about. And in a certain sense, you cannot write here as the business rescue practitioners, because if you do this and you cut some jobs, the unions will cry about that. Rightly so. Their mandate is to assist jobs to be kept in place. And then the creditors and other people like taxpayers and so on will say, how can a company like this be kept alive? Mustn't it be liquidated? And that is the process going forward is always a difficult process. The whole process up to now was a very, very difficult process for the business rescue practitioners.
Did you expect it to be as complicated as this?
I did expect it to be as complicated as this. I would like to see a more complicated plan published, and we cannot test the plan before we saw the proper plan being published. I've asked to comment on the plan, the proposed plan that will leak to the media, and that is a very basic plan. I would like to see a more comprehensive plan with cash flows going forward, which specific subsidiaries will be kept alive, which subsidiaries will be wound up, and so on. I would like to see that and what the financial implication will be of going forward with this entity as such.